If you're a service area business and you hid your address on your Google business profile, per Google's own guidelines, there's a real chance you just handed your map pack ranking to the competitor down the street. Not because they're better, because they have a pin on the map and you don't. If you're new here, welcome to the Branding Agency channel, your source for local SEO that actually works. I'm your host, Steve, and thanks so much for making us part of your marketing education today. We're free on YouTube, so please hit that subscribe button right now. And one of the fastest ways to help us grow is by dropping a comment below. Tell me which tactic you're most excited to implement. I personally read and reply to every single one. In my last video, I walked through how service area businesses can rank in cities they don't have an office in, using your website structure, location pages, and proximity signals. If you haven't seen that one, I'll link it below. But today I need to talk about the other side of this, the side that most guides skip right over. Because here's what happens the moment you hide your address on your Google business profile. And this is the part nobody tells you. You lose your map pin. And your map pin is one of the strongest proximity signals Google uses to decide who shows up in the local pack. Without it, you're not invisible, you're just floating. Google knows you exist, but it doesn't know exactly where to place you. And in local search, if Google can't place you, it doesn't rank you, at least not outside a tight radius around wherever your last known signal was. Let me be really specific about what I've seen happen, because I manage over 47 local businesses, and I've watched this play out across multiple accounts. When you hide your address on your GBP, 3 things happen, and they happen fast. Number 1, your map pack radius contracts. If you are showing up in the local pack for searches within, say, a 10-mile radius of your office, that can shrink to 3 or 4 miles. Sometimes less. You're still ranking near your home base. You're just not ranking anywhere else. Number 2, near me searches get harder. Google's proximity algorithm uses your pin location as a key input. No pin, no precise location. Weaker proximity signal. That's not speculation. The Whitespark 2026 Local Search Ranking Factors Survey ranks proximity to searcher as a top 3 signal. Your visible address was feeding that signal. Now, it's gone. Number 3, and this one stings. Competitors with visible addresses, even fake ones, start outranking you. I see this constantly. A competitor lists a suite number at a co-working space they've never set foot in, and Google rewards them with a pin, with proximity, and with map pack placement. You followed the rules, they didn't. They rank. Here's what makes this so frustrating. Google's own guidelines say, if you serve customers at their locations, hide your address. They explicitly tell service area businesses to do this. And from a customer experience perspective, it makes sense. You don't want someone showing up at your house expecting a storefront. But from a ranking perspective, you just gave up one of your strongest geographic signals. This is what the local SEO community has started calling the SAB Paradox. Follow Google's rules and lose rankings. Break them and gain an unfair advantage. It shouldn't work that way, but right now, it does. All right, so what do you actually do? You have 3 legitimate options, and I want to stress legitimate, because I'm not going to tell you to create a fake listing. That might work in the short term, but Google's spam enforcement is getting more aggressive, and one suspension wipes out everything. Option 1, permanent signage. If you operate out of any location where you can put up permanent staffed signage, and I mean a real sign, not a vinyl banner you take down at night, Google considers that a legitimate physical location. You can make your address visible, get your PIN back, and be fully compliant. This is why some SABs lease a small office or a bay in a shared facility. The cost of that lease might be less than the revenue you're losing from a contracted ranking radius. Option 2. If you can't justify a physical location, you compensate on your website. This is the strategy I covered in depth in my last video. You build location pages with hyperlocal proof content, city-specific FAQs, and natural proximity signals. Your website picks up the geographic work your GBP can no longer do. GBP gets you found near your home base. Your website gets you found everywhere else. That's the split. Option 3, the hybrid approach. Hide your address, but set your service area very precisely. Don't just select a 50-mile radius. Add specific cities and zip codes. This doesn't replace a map pin, but it gives Google more geographic context than a blanket radius does. Combined with strong website signals, this is the most common approach I see working for home-based SABs right now. Real quick, if this is hitting home, drop a comment below with your business type and how many cities you serve. I read every comment, and I'll tell you which of these 3 options makes the most sense for your specific situation. That's a free mini audit right in the comments. Now I have to address the elephant in the room. You've probably seen competitors ranking with fake suite numbers. A plumber with a suite at a Regus office they've never visited. A landscaper with a pin at a virtual mailbox. Here's what's actually happening with those. Google's spam team has been ramping up enforcement. I've seen entire portfolios get suspended in a single sweep because one address had 5 businesses registered to it. And reinstatement? That process can take weeks or months. Meanwhile, your listing is gone, your reviews are invisible, and your phone stops ringing. The risk-reward calculus is terrible. But I also understand the frustration. You're watching someone break the rules and profit from it. That's maddening. The answer isn't to join them. It's to outcompete them with a strategy that doesn't depend on a fake pin. And that strategy lives on your website. Let me tie this together with what I've been building across my last few videos. Your Google business profile and your website are not 2 separate strategies. They're one system. And for service area businesses, the split looks like this. Your GBP handles proximity-driven ranking near your physical location or your last known location if you've hidden your address. Your website handles everything else. Location pages with real local knowledge, city-specific FAQs, proximity signals woven into your content, internal linking that builds topical authority across every city you serve. When you hide your address, your GBP loses geographic reach. That's a fact. But your website doesn't have that limitation. A well-structured location page doesn't need a map pin. It needs proof that you know the city, that you serve the city, and that you're actively working in the city. That's the net new local data test I walked through in my location pages video. That's your weapon. This tells Google and customers, we're local to Concord. We know Concord. We actively serve Concord. And Google can verify that from the content itself. No pin required. So here's your decision framework. 3 questions. Answer honestly, because the answer only helps you if it's real. Question 1. Can you put up permanent signage anywhere you operate? If yes, do it. Make your address visible. Get your PIN back. Fully compliant, fully powerful. Question 2. If no, is your website structured to carry the geographic load? Service pages linking to city-specific pages. Each page passing the net new local data test. If not, that's your first priority. I'll link my build guide below. Question 3. Have you set your GBP service area to specific cities and zip codes instead of just a radius? This takes 2 minutes, and it's the easiest win on this list. If you answered no to all 3, you now know exactly where to start. And that's the point. You're not stuck. You just need to pick the right lever for your situation. If you want to go deeper on the website side, I've got 2 videos that pair directly with this one. The first is my full guide on building location pages that actually rank. The second covers the exact mistakes getting location pages penalized right now. Both are linked below. And drop a comment with your business type and how many cities you serve. I'll tell you which option to go with first. If this was useful, hit subscribe. I put out a new local SEO video every week. Practical stuff, no fluff.